Goodbye summertime, goodbye hot weather, hello big giant castle heads. Lego Super Mario Prince Florian and Castle Bowser set 72042. This is what we'll be building today, and this is based upon the Super Mario Wonder series, which I had to play with. I've played with it before, and it's a good game, but I never completed it. I don't know why. I just kind of lost interest. I should probably try and pick it up again at some point in the future and see if I can beat that game. But this is not what we're doing today. We're going to be building this, which contains a very big castle head where, if memory serves me, Bowser gets infected, for lack of a better term, with some magic, and he turns into a big castle head and goes, yeah, I love the power. And even his little Bowser Jr. gets some magic powers of some sorts. There's Prince Florian going, oh no, my stuff's been taken away, won't you help me, Mario? And co. And there's yet another Yoshi for my collection. In fact, we can even see what all these names are, including a fiery note piranha, which I've not seen before. On the back, there's not much to it. It's just showing more of the kit itself. Interestingly, the head does shoot fireballs, which I think is a spoiler for me for the video game, but that's fine. And ooh, even the head detaches. That's kind of interesting. And there's other bits and pieces which we would expect for an interactive Super Mario Lego set. 1,251 pieces. I reckon it'll probably take me an hour or two to finish, but we'll soon find out as soon as we start the clock. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, okay, so we got one of these. So inside this set we have 12 paper bags and the instruction booklet inside a paper bag. Alrighty, let's get ready to get started with bag number one. Pum Pum, do you want to help me with my Lego Mario video? Alright, Pum Pum, I don't think that's going to help me very much with my Lego building. Is it? I don't know. Could you lend us a paw, perhaps? No? You're just going to sit there? Okay, fine, goodbye. Bag one complete, and that is another pink Yoshi, and I think this is going to be my second, maybe my third pink Yoshi in my collection. In fact, I've lost count of how many Yoshis I have in my collection. Leave a comment down below, tell me how many Yoshis you have in your collection. But this is different. Nice little flowery base with a code, and the petals, they move. It'd be interesting to see what happens with that. But we'll have to find that out later, because now we begin the Bowser head as we move on to bag two. Bag two complete, and it looks like this, which tells me this is the structure, the frame for the head. There's not much to this bag, but it's a good foundational work as we move on to, let's see, yep, bag three. Okay, I've just finished constructing this bit, which is a little bit on the fiddly side, and I'll show you what I mean. So for this, they want you to construct these four little panels which have these black connector bits, and inside these holes you tend to slot them in to create this kind of a shell effect. And this is a little bit fiddly because of the way that this is constructed, so I had to adjust these panels by lifting them up to allow these panels to slide into place and then kind of construct it back together there. So this is a little bit on the fiddly side here so far. And interesting, it's quite hollow, and I think this is going to be very hollow, which makes it for a very light head, an airhead if you will. Another interesting bit of construction note is here, where these little panels, these lines, these planks as it were, are not properly connected together, and it's not until you get to the, well, the reason I say that is because then they're kind of like wobbly, and you can they're not attached together until you get to the end of this particular bit, where you need to put these into here to create structural rigidity, like so. And now it is a hard, solid construction again. Okay, now here's a bit I now see that it's not correct. You see these panels? They are underneath this grey panel, which is not correct, because according to this I'm supposed to put this particular piece into here, but I can't because of these plates blocking it. So I need to remove this bit to twist around into the right position, and then I'll be able to put this into place here. And oops, no. No, wait, that is correct. That's correct. So now I can slide it on top like that, I think. Like so. Okay. So yeah, I think that's correct. With these panels being on top of the grate. Yeah, this is getting a little bit fiddly, and I guess it's because this is how else are you going to do a sphere on object in a world of bricks and blocks and rectangles. Bag 3 complete, and that's the complete panel right there. Yeah, it's looking good now. I feel like there's a little bit of element of trust the system, trust the process. I'm not sure if that's correct because there's a bit of a gap there, but yeah, it is starting to take shape, and it's looking solid. And now we're going to move on to bag 4, which from what I can see is the next side panel to go here. And another thing I'm noticing is, yeah, actually no, I'm making that up. I thought these were just like not being attached properly, but no, I'm wrong. Enough waffling. On to bag 4. Okay, so yeah, this is exactly the same as the previous panel, and it's exactly the same construct. And do you see what I mean with this not being properly sealed and secured together at this point? But it does get sealed together at the end. So yeah, trust the process. It will all come out okay in the end. Bag 4 complete. The other side of the panel of the spherical head. With the experience of doing the first one, the second time was much quicker, although there were still a couple of mistakes made here and there, but it's starting to take shape as we now move on to bag 5. Okay, let me just take a moment to comment about how much I'm quite impressed by some of the design choices, not just because of the shape of it, but also because of the visual cues. So we have these yellow blocks here which will be hidden in the final design, I presume, but it's used for things like, hey look, you're supposed to put this sphere, this circular object in this position like so. And I like the use of color in terms of positioning where pieces are supposed to go during the construction. And this is very basic stuff, I know, probably shouldn't be praising it, but well, no, I should praise it because it's good design. It's just good design and well thought out. Okay, so I needed to double check something when I was in the process of building this. So this section, called exhaust, needs to go sliding down these pillars. But something I noticed is that these pillars are not straight, they're at an angle. And I thought that seems a bit strange to be at an angle. So I downloaded and updated the Mario app, and judging from this, you need to have 3 dots and 5 dots on the bottom. And looking at that, it is focus. Let's see if I can get it to focus on one particular point. Okay, so it's 3 dots there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots there. So it looks like it's correct. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to build it as it says in the instructions. Okay, so I'm taking a look at this instruction again, and I think I got it right, but it seems a bit odd to have this black thing on the side rather than being lined up to this. And yeah, okay, so it is supposed to line up. What have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? Okay, so what have I done wrong? So if I turn this around, okay, so how's it supposed to look like this? It looks the same. And then when you attach it to this, it doesn't line up. What have I done? I'm confused. I'm very, very confused here. We do that. It doesn't line up. Have I? No, wait, this is straight. This is straight. This is all supposed to be a bit to the left, the right. And this is supposed to be... Oh, what have I done wrong? Okay, I'm a dum-dum. I'm a big, big dum-dum, and I think I know what went wrong. It's because I had the pillars on either wrong side. So I had this pillar on the, let's say, right in this case, and it should have been on the left. And you can see that it all lines up correctly, and it still follows the rules of 3 and 5 as per the instructions. So the pillar in the right place is important. I just wasn't paying attention. So now I can slot this into here. Like so. That locks into place now. Yeah, it's nice and straight, which now means that if I was to slide this down to here, there you go, it's nice and straight, which now means that if we go back to this part of the instructions here with this piece here, oops, nope, hang on. First we need to put this into place here like this, and then this bit into here like that. Okay, this is looking promising. Yeah, okay. So then we should be able to drop this bit because I've got butter fingers. But other than the butter fingers, you slide that into place. Okay, so these orange bits are supposed to be on the right, on the other side, rather than this, as you can see in this instruction here. So, trusty brick separator. Okay, now that we've got that in the right spot, we can get this particular bit in here. We can slide it into here and push it into position, and it looks like that, and that lines up like this, and what's going on here? Yep, yeah, I saw this bit. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, so now that we get to this bit here, it looks like this, which looks like that, and that looks like it lines up. Yep, that looks all right. And if we look at this particular bit, yeah, that looks all right. And I think I'm back on track. Oh my goodness. So this is the one time where the Lego building app has come in handy, because you can check your angles, and this is proving a much more trickier build than I first anticipated. And oh my goodness, I've wasted so much time. Better finish this bag, do the other side. Phew, bag 5 complete, and now it's all looking like how it's supposed to, and it looks like in the book. And this is an interesting bit because this goes up, but actually it goes down, because when this goes up, you get the bluey purple exhaust magic powder from the bum, which is pretty cool. And this comes down as a drawbridge of some kind. Oh no, come on, not now. Clip back into place, be a good bit of Lego, thank you. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so this does something, we don't know what it does yet, but we'll figure it out soon enough, and we have spent a lot of time trying to get this ball fitted. So let's plow on to bag 6. I hope it gets easier from here. Wow, this is bad news. So I got this piece here, which is supposed to be a green 2x1, and I haven't been able to find it in my selection right here, and all I found is this dark gray 2x1, and I've been looking ahead in the instructions, and I don't believe that there is a gray 2x1 up and coming until the next bag 7. So I think this is a factory fault. I think they gave me the wrong piece, which, you know, it happens. It's a shame. I think for now I'm just going to have to use this for here, and then want to get around to it, try and remember to replace it with the green 1x2, and then just carry on from there. This is unfortunate. Alas, poor Bowser. I knew him well. That's bag 6 complete, and it's the front face, and it does look pretty good. And in all fairness, you can't really see that green bit that's supposed to be, the grey bit that's supposed to be green, with his big bushy eyebrows, which is articulated. The mouth goes up and down. So it's not the end of the world. It's just something I have to remember to replace when I happen to have another green bit, which I'm sure I do in my Lego stuff. And yeah, it's actually looking pretty neat. And at this point, I think I'm going to take a break before I move on to bag 7. So let's pause the clock. Unpaused, and I had a little rummage around during my break, and I managed to find this green 2x1 set from the Lego Christmas Tree 2-in-1 set. So I can just use this for now to put this in here, and then I might get in contact with Lego and see if they can send me a replacement bit. But that's not my problem, that's future Grax's problem, because right now we are moving on to bag 7. Bag 7 complete, nice and simple. It's just these horns and tail, and that was a nice, refreshing, easy build compared to the rest of it. So let's move on to bag 8, and let's hope the easy momentum continues. Bag 8 complete. We're at just past the 2-hour mark approximately, and this is just a structure, the wall around the head of Bowser. Few turrets here, black horns, and it is starting to get easier. And now hopefully this smaller bag 9 is going to be another quick one. So we've taken a break from the main structure to build these two characters, Prince Florian and Bowser Jr. Wonder Edition, and this looks pretty cool. I do like the nice neon color effect, which is I like these colors, they're brilliant. Okay, so now let's move on to bag 10. What is this bit? A little cube, a little rectangle with a spring loaded action. Oh, I know what this is. This is the bit that shoots out the fireball, because don't get it in your eye. Don't shoot it in your eye. Don't do it. Oh, this will be interesting to see this bit in action. Bag 10 complete. We have the top head to go onto the Bowser head over here. We need to add on some horns, and we need to finish this off, which I imagine will be inside bag 11 and maybe bag 12, but this is the penultimate bag. Bag 11 completed, and we have the tower head bit with his wavy hands, which wave up and down, especially when you do this. Ooh, it's kind of like a ghost. It's kind of looking like that, and we've got the dirty fire gob in his mouth. He's gonna spit right now. Well, that actually went quite far. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. And now we better go on to, wait, where is it? Okay, here it is. We're on to the final bag, bag 12. Okay, we're not quite finished yet. I just finished building this base bit, but before we build the piranha plant bit, I just wanted to bring this beautiful thing and place it inside its base. Yes. Okay, that slots into place very nicely. Okay, can't stop. Got to finish the last bit. And that's it. No more Lego pieces, no more pages. Yep, we're all done. Let's stop the clock. Right. Whew. Well, now, that was quite the journey. And there it is, the complete set of stuff. And whew, I'm gonna say, it looks really good. These little characters right here. Let's put you there. Pretty good, solid stuff. But this is what we're interested in. And take a look at this. Spin it around when it's all set. Now this Looks like a really chunky toy. The fact you can take it off and the exhaust comes out and it fits into place quite nicely. It makes a nice little stand. So my first impressions are, it's a challenge, but I do like the way it looks. But let me tidy all this up and then we can go and do a little bit more of a deeper dive and have a bit more of an exploration and seeing how this Bowser castle looks. Okay, so before we get Mario playing alongside the castle face head thing, let's see what he does to these smaller things. So, bring the little microphone here. Coming up to Yoshi, I think he's just going to do some coins. Oh, that's it. Okay, fair enough. Let's hit that one done. Wonder Bowser Jr. I suspect this is going to be about bottom. Okay. Oh, I just noticed he's got Yoshi still inside him. That's interesting. Okay. So what happens when he goes on this flower thing? Okay, I'm going to reset him because I don't want him to... Shut up. I don't want him to be riding Yoshi anymore, so... Bring him back to life. So now what happens when he goes on the flower? Ah, I see. So he has to stay on him because it's a levitative thing. Let's just bring it up here so you can hear it. That's quite cool. I like that. Very, very interactive and gives you the desire to, play these like a toy. So let's explore these different codes. So here's one. An extra microphone here. Let's do this. So that's one here. No real change to this screen or anything. Okay. Okay, so that's that one there. Is there any other QR codes to take a look at? There's nothing inside the mouth. I know this comes off. So if we take this off like this, we've got a QR code down there. Let's bring this closer. So what happens when I do this? That is pretty cool. I wonder if this is a bit of a spoiler for a Super Mario Wonder game. Well, that's nice. Oh, there's also these little discs. This. What happens when we do this? Okay. Aha, I see. So it's like a boss fight, and you have to take these out one at a time to complete. Okay, so what else we got? So I do know for a fact that when you put him down on the ground like this, his tower reveals to reveal another code, which sounds a bit like this. Okay, so that's just a health thing. And is there any other code things? I think that is... Yep, I'm going to say that's a lot. If I've missed anything, do let me know in the comment section down below. So here is a cleaner shot of the Bowser Castle head alongside these little figures right here, and I really like them. In fact, the entire thing I like quite a lot. It is different from the earlier Mario sets where it's a very more blocky and square and rectangular, whilst in here they are going for a more circular design, and it makes it much more interesting. In fact, one thing I will say straight off the bat is I like the fact that it's a display piece. It is a display piece as well as a toy. It is big and it's chunky, and you can put it in your hand and kind of shake it about. Well, actually, we'll say this bit's a little bit fragile, but if you take this bit off, it becomes a big chunky toy to grab onto. But it's also a nice little display piece. You can just put it on your grown-up bookshelf. Let me just put this back right here. You can put it on your grown-up bookshelf. Well, what I've been doing is putting it in my office, just like leaving it in the corner, having Bowser gazing upon me as I do my work. I was surprised by how challenging it was in the first half of this build. I made several mistakes, partly because of the curvature of the body, partly because I wasn't looking properly. The first half is a challenging build. It's not impossible. It's certainly not impossible at all. It's just something for you to pay attention to and make sure you're not messing up, and hopefully my video shows you the potential pitfalls. But once the first half is done, the second half is pretty simple and straightforward, and then you create a lovely looking piece at the end. Do I think this is a nice addition to any Mario collection set? Absolutely. Just look at it. It is very curvy and interesting, and the colors really pop, especially the greens and the pinks. At the time of this recording, this set retails at 90 British pounds. And do I think it's worth that price? Yes, I think it is. It's not the ridiculously high amounts of money of the old days. It's certainly not worth above £100. I think this is kind of the nice sweet spot of an interesting set that takes some time. It looks great in your set. So yeah, in conclusion, I would definitely recommend the set. Pick it up on sale if you can. But if you pay for a full price, I don't think you'd be cheated. I think you'd be very happy with this set. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video at least entertaining or possibly even informative. And I'll see you next time. I don't know who needs to know this, but this is something I've noticed when I finished building my Lego set and was packing everything away. These boxes are flat packable. They've been designed so they can be folded flat, both on the inner box and the lid itself. I find that remarkable. I don't know what's happened at Lego. Did they think that we want to keep our boxes and keep them flat and stored in lofts and attics? Did they think that people are just going to resell them as boxed and pre-owned, so that people can just easily refold these boxes back up to sell again? I don't know, but I find that's a pretty useful feature from Lego.